Coming up this week on What's the Finish, Chris goes off the road with driving. We talk about the Natural Physique magazine, exploding kittens are hitting the internet like a bomb. We discuss the Blacklist and the First 48. Are you a band that wants to be on the show? Let us know. We take a ride in Jeff's musical car, talk about comics, and bring you a ton of IHW news.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's garbage night in the rockstar Chris Cole's neighborhood. And let me tell you something, I got some Langell to go.
Thanks, Chris.
One is a former professional wrestling champion with affinity for being awesome. The other, a former video gaming champion with an interest in gaming, sports, and the occasional chicken wing. Together, they are constantly asking, WTF? This is What's the Finish with your hosts, the rockstar Chris Cole and Brian Langell.
Welcome to the 4th episode of What's the Finish. My name's Brian Langell, and
I'm the rockstar Chris Cole, Daddy-O.
I think next week I'm going to let you actually introduce the show. That way I don't cut you off when you do that.
That's your job.
Oh, it's my job. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we have that established, I actually have an official job with this show now.
You
Chris,
something.
how are you this week, man?
Langell, you asked me this. This is our 4th episode.
Wait, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. How awesome are you this week, Chris?
I am so awesome. It is fantastic.
Good.
It's exceptional how awesome I am.
I don't know what we'd ever do if we did the show and you were in a bad mood. I don't know what we'd do.
I would say you would probably cry. You seem like that type of guy.
I'm pretty sure his mother would be here.
Shut it!
You might as well go around the table and make the introductions there so the audience knows who you're hanging with tonight.
That's probably a good idea. I don't think they really want to know them, but for those who don't know, I'm involved with Innovative Hybrid Wrestling. Upcoming on March 28th, as we've spoken about on the show a few times, we have an Unstoppable TV taping. Up until that point, for the next 7 weeks, so up until episode 10, we will be having various IHW personalities on the show. Right now, we're starting light. We're starting with the production staff.
At least we got
Medium.
personalities.
Yeah.
We have my commentary partners, and you'll be working with them as well, because you'll be helping us out on the commentary for, in order to make me look even better than these two do.
Needs a lot. Good.
I'd like to introduce first, and we met him last week, actually, in audio only. For some reason, I let him play music with me. Right here on my right, immediate right, is Mike Russell.
I don't get paid.
Hey, Mike.
I'm only kidding.
He's only here so he doesn't get fined.
Right.
And right here on my far right, not quite far enough away, but on my far right, Mr. Beard himself. He votes Quimby. He is Shano.
Hey, Shano.
I do get paid.
But that's a whole different job.
Right.
And it involves nipple clamps.
Shano forever, rockstar never.
Whose idea was this?
Vote Grimby.
I got a text at 11:30 at night that said, by the way, guess what? So,
At least he didn't write BT dubs.
BT dubs!
Mm-hmm.
When you write it out that way, wouldn't it
Yes.
just be easier just to write by the way?
It would.
Yeah.
It would.
100%.
I agree.
Yeah.
Me too.
This has been a texty moment brought to you by What's the Finish podcast.
Langell!
Yes, man.
I have an issue.
Yes.
I drive a lot.
Yes, you do.
I do. I drive at least 200 kilometers a day, which is a lot.
It
For
is.
the average human being. Now, I know I'm not average. I'm far above average. I am Twisted Steel and Sex Appeal. Highly awesome. I drive a lot.
Yes.
And I want to tell you something. Let me tell you something about winter driving or driving in the rain. I think as soon as something hits the ground that's not, tires, people's brains shut off.
True.
Now let me tell you something, Daddy. The rockstar Chris Cole was driving today. The rockstar Chris Cole came up to this traffic circle. Now on the traffic circle, I'm in the circle, so I have the right of way.
Yes.
Okay? The right of way means you have to yield, and I keep going. This guy just blah right in front of me. I had to slam on the brakes and hit my tiny little horn. The rock star, shut up. The rock star Chris Cole is not impressed with bad drivers. How hard is it to look where you're going, follow the rules, drive the speed limit, put down your phone and stop texting, and shut your gob.
Bruce Jenner seems to have a problem with it.
He's the worst.
Billy Martin in the 80s, too.
Can I still call him a he?
Well, that's what I was just going to ask, but for now. Actually, it's funny.
I don't know what's proper. Like, I'm not making fun of it. I'm just wondering, what should I be doing?
No, I totally agree. I think until his journey is finished, it's still politically correct to refer to him as he. But very soon, that will change.
Okay. I heard that he might be changing his name to a female name. I think it's going to be Langell.
Oh, really? Really? I'll have to confirm with my friends at TMZ in reference to that, because
TMZ Langell.
No, it's TMZ.
TMZ.
If it's not on TMZ, it's not fit for the internet. I need you guys to talk amongst yourselves just for a moment while I use some voice technology here, because I realize that it's after 9 o'clock. So just give me 1 second here. Xbox on.
So
I love technology.
That makes me sad.
Why?
So driving, winter driving.
Yes, you go ahead.
Winter driving. What is wrong with these people that during a snowstorm, they're going 100 billion kilometers an hour down the highway, spinning around in circles, flipping upside down, and then blaming someone else?
Because they're in the Jeep Club.
That's exactly what it is. They are in the Jeep Club. And that is short and sweet, but that's my rant.
Well, you need to keep talking because I haven't finished setting up my TV yet. So just give me 1 more second. Xbox, Snap TV.
This sounds like a lot of work.
No, I just don't want to talk over you.
You mean you talking? A lot of work?
Go figure.
Shano, we got a new one here.
Yeah, really. I do have to admit, it's nice to hear you talking over someone else this time around.
Well, you know.
He
Yeah.
doesn't get paid for this, so he likes doing it.
Fair enough.
I hate all of you.
This is your own shtick, I guess, so.
There he gets paid to talk over us, so he really enjoys doing it.
I hate you less in this scenario.
I hate you a little more.
Oh, well.
Really hope you get hit by a meteorite.
It's not really nice to talk about.
No?
You never know. I mean,
Wait till you spend another 10 minutes with him.
Well,
I'm going to be spending a few hours with him here in a few weeks.
What?
I said at least if I get hit by a meteorite, I can say I saw a star. It'd be all right.
Oh. Do you have any ice in the fridge? You might want to go and
No, don't do it. No.
I can get you some
Brian!
What?
No.
Okay. All right, Chris. I'm sorry.
what he
I
was
won't.
trying to say is
I won't do that again.
Oh, why did you yell at me?
Because it was fun.
This doesn't seem to be going well. Speaking of
No.
not going well, the TV's not changing over. Just give me a second here. Xbox, Snap TV.
I think you broke
There
your
we
robot.
go. Technology's amazing.
Now, Landry,
Yes, sir.
let's focus here.
I'm very focused. I'm in there
Now-
like swimwear.
It has come to my attention
Yes,
that you made a couple of mistakes in our podcast last week.
I did.
When you were talking about the magazine run by Ken Banks. You got the name wrong and the website wrong. You called it Naturally Fit. It is actually the Natural Physique that I don't know why I keep you around.
I know.
It is the Natural Physique, Ken Banks magazine. You need to check this magazine out. I'm not kidding. I'm totally serious about this. Check out the Natural Physique. The website is thenaturalphysique.net. And feel free to drop that Ken Banks an email and say the Rockstar sent you, and he'll charge you double because he's a jerk. But I love him.
So I'm going to take the blame.
Brian
for
apologizes.
that not being correct.
Yeah.
Because I didn't triple check the production notes, and that's definitely my fault. So I apologize to Ken, Mr. Banks. I'm very sorry that I got that wrong.
Let that be a lesson to the two of you.
I'm sorry, but
Admit your faults when I'm right.
I'm pretty sure Ken knows what really happened.
Chicken scratch writing we have here, it's understandable why he made a bunch of mistakes last week. Look at this stuff.
I have a pen. I'm gonna stab it.
Did you not triple check the notes that he gave you?
No, exactly. I went with the email that was given to me that was typed out. There was no chicken scratching.
So he was sabotaged.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good song.
Yeah, okay, I see.
You see how it worked? Yeah. Yeah. But see, I figure the audience will see right through that, so I just go along with it, and then they'll know what's going on.
Listen, I've taken enough blame for your foibles.
Have you?
It is time to move on.
Well, I have a question.
Oh.
Not that I'm one to ask questions about other people's wives, but
27.
Is your wife still mad at me? It's been a week.
Where'd she go?
Probably upstairs.
She's probably still mad at you.
She's probably still mad at me. Yeah,
you're
okay.
Pretty awful.
I'm going to keep asking until eventually she's not. So this could be a 7-week thing, just like the IHW thing, but I don't know.
Speaking of wives, I recently listened to your podcast. Your other one, 3-player co-op.
Yes.
And I just wanted to bring up something that really just irked me about it.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. That sounds fun. What's wrong with 3-player co-op?
You sang again.
Did I sing again?
You did. You sang again. And what did I tell you about singing?
But you told me not to sing on this podcast.
I told you not to sing.
Oh, I didn't know it carries across every podcast on the network. What did I sing on 3-player co-op though? Did I do the "It's been a while" thing?
You did, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
It's a running bit.
It shouldn't be.
Oh.
Because I'm the rock star, Chris Cole. I do the singing, Daddy.
All right. So now that I'm not allowed to sing on any podcast on my network.
No, not any pod. Just don't.
Just don't. Gotcha.
Just don't. Langell.
Gotcha. Yes, man.
Langell.
Yes, Chris.
Shano.
Yes, Rockstar.
Michael.
Chris.
This is like 4-player co-op. This is great.
It's I don't cooperate.
We never know where it's going to go.
Seriously.
I want to talk about some gaming, oddly.
Really?
I do.
I am quite interested in this. Go ahead, sir.
I want to talk about gaming that you can touch, though, not your internet computer box machines.
Oh, where I can talk to it and get it to do what I need to do?
Hey, I guess it's better than you. You can talk to it.
The Connect.
Anyway, what'd you say about Connect 4?
Great board game.
All right. Langell, I don't know if you follow Kickstarter. There is a gentleman, he creates internet comics. His name is The Oatmeal. His actual name is Matthew Inman.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, I'm very fond of his website and his comics. He's quite comical, humorous even. He decided to get together with Ellen Lee and another fella that for some reason I can't think of. I apologize on that. But those two are, they work for Microsoft. They're game developers. Okay. The Oatmeal, of course, being an artist. They decided they were going to get together and make a card-based board game, tabletop game. This game, they said, well, let's fund it on Kickstarter. And I was reading an email. Or not an email, sorry. I was reading one of their posts on their Kickstarter, and they said, we want to order. They went to the printer. They said, we'd like to get a quote for to get some of these these games printed on cards and boxed and all that stuff. And the printer asked if they wanted a quote for 1,000, if they wanted a quote for 2,500, or a quote for 5,000. They said, well, we'll never sell more than 1,000 copies.
Right.
This is what they said. For those who don't know, this game has become the most successful crowdfund, at least in Kickstarter history, and I'm fairly certain in history, period.
Okay.
They've sold 143,738 copies as of this second.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. They've made $5.7 million.
Now, I'm terrible in math, so let's say that they have their 100 and some odd thousand, and they made 5.4 million.
Yeah.
How much does that work out to?
$10,000.
Wow. That's impressive.
And there's still 10 days left to fund it.
What's the name of the game, Chris?
The name of the game
I love this, by the way.
is Exploding Kittens.
Exploding Kittens.
That's right. Now, what they did, and I of course, I'm one of the funders in the game. I was, not to sound like a hipster, although I kind of do. I was on there before they had their first $1 million. But
Look at you go.
Which is like,
Sounds like a Modest Mouse fan.
nobody's a Modest Mouse fan.
Follow Fish on tour.
I go check out Dave. So, Exploding Kittens. When I started, I said, well, I'll get the game and I'll get the expansion. They've since one of the stretch goals, they made the expansion into a full game itself. So now they just keep expanding and putting more things in. It's really exciting.
So when can you expect your copy to arrive?
Right now they're saying that shipping's going to be in July.
Cool.
So I highly recommend, if you're into games and into awesome comics, check out Exploding Kittens on Kickstarter. They'll print as many copies as they get sales.
Well,
See, I only played the game.
Sorry, I'm going to cut you off again for a second there, Langel. I just wanted to say something to Shano. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, go fuck yourself.
It's nice to be able to swear.
Okay, that wasn't what I was expecting, but I only played Cards Against Humanity for the first time here a couple months ago.
I played
So-
it like 2 weeks ago for the first time.
I have the bigger, blacker box. I'm very happy that I have it.
That's what she said.
Moving on. So yeah, no, I only played it for the first time. So what's the premise of Exploding Kittens? Is it like Cards Against Humanity, or
It is not.
Okay.
Basically, what is happening is each player takes a turn. They pick up cards.
yes?
The cards have different attributes, different things you can do with the card. Some of them you can force your opponent to grab, to automatically grab a card off the top, or some of them let you go through the deck and pick out cards. If you draw a kitten, it explodes and you're out of the game.
Oh, so the kittens are like bombs.
That's why it's called Exploding
Exploding
Kittens.
Kittens. Yeah,
Try and focus, Langel. Now, if you have a diffuse card,
Yes.
with one of these diffuse cards, you can actually diffuse the Exploding Kitten. And there's various other ones, too, that do different things. There's Taco Cat and Weaponized Back Hair, which is based on Langel.
Yeah.
And I pointed at Shano, because I meant to say Shano.
Yeah, you failed at that, just like you failed at
See,
last
I can't wait. I can't wait as this magical journey over the next 7 weeks goes on, because eventually you're going to push somebody's buttons the wrong way, and then I'm going to have to host a show by myself the next week.
It's gonna be like the echelon of megastars here. They keep going higher and higher, so he's gonna be more obsolete as the weeks go on.
You used 2 words in that sentence that you don't know what they mean. Echelon and obsolete. And go. I guess that's 3 words.
Yeah, way to go, Rockstar.
Just to jump back to gaming for a second there. Sorry to take over. I just wanted to ask a question. I heard you talking to your Xbox, so I'm assuming you got an Xbox One, Langel.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Have you played #IDARB yet?
I love iDarb. I think
Ridiculous,
iDarb is
right?
phenomenal.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
props for supporting the one, because it's the shit.
Yeah, I love it. Like I picked up a PS4 on launch day, and it was great till I picked up my Xbox One, and now it's a glorified Netflix machine.
Yeah,
like
not
I
like the
haven't done much
PS3.
with my PS4.
Yeah.
I like the PS3.
But-
I have a PS3, and I'm probably not gonna go any higher than that. As far as gaming goes, I haven't seen anything
At this
either
point-
machine that really says, "I want that."
Well,
Especially for the price tag.
I have
Go-
a Wii.
next time you're anywhere near Shano's place, fire up iDarb, and then leave and go to your nearest electronics store and pick up an Xbox One.
Can I get that on
iDarb is
Steam?
phenomenal.
And you know which house is Shano's because you can smell him.
That's funny.
Now, why are you being so look, I'm going to give you a hint there, Chris. If you insult the audience, they won't listen. If
I
you
didn't insult the audience, I
guests, they
insulted
won't come
Shano.
back.
Yeah,
What
but
was
your
that?
audience really cares about
But-
me more than you.
Have you met Shano?
Not in
Earlier,
person,
Sh-
but
Shano's
I
a
will
dick.
soon.
He's the worst.
He's also the guy that does our voiceover for the beginning of the show.
We got a whole bunch of those recorded. We don't need him anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm trying, Shano. I'm trying.
It's all right. At least I like one half of this thing.
There we go. There we go. No, iDarb is phenomenal.
Well, Mike, we know I love you.
Yeah.
You know I love you. I thought that went without saying.
See, there's 4 of us right now.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
you two are prominent, right?
I don't think you can do math.
Organic pop.
There you go.
Okay.
Stick something in your mouth.
I'm going to jump in and move on here.
Good call.
We'll talk about iDarb when the show's over.
Floating
Yeah.
iDarb. That doesn't sound like a thing. I need explanation. I'm sorry.
iDarb stands for, what is it?
Well, they
I
took
drew
what
a
you
red
used to say
box.
when you were younger, darb, and turned it into a game. But it's fantastic, unlike you.
Well,
What is the premise of the game?
you had mentioned Exploding Kittens and how it was source funded. Well, iDarb is kind of the same idea. They developed a game, and the guy said, "Okay, I drew a red box. What do you want it to be able to do?" And then people started getting into giving up their ideas for it. And have you ever played NBA Jam? I know you're not really
Yeah.
into gaming, but you play. Okay,
Best sports game
so
ever.
it's basketball style like NBA Jam. Okay, where when you score, the announcer screams something from pop culture references. It's kind of sets up on this show.
It's good. It's like someone took a handful of cocaine and antiqued NBA Jam.
Yes, that's a fantastic way to describe it. And you can play 4-on-4.
Is it on Steam or is it just on Xbox?
It's just on Xbox One right now. So
It's great.
That
it's
confuses the hell out of me.
fantastic. And you have to build your own team, and they're all like 8-bit characters, like Minecraft sort of ideas. So you have to build the characters. Xbox, stop listening. And it's
You should talk about your wife like that.
It's not his wife, it's his ex-wife. Are you listening?
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So my son and I spent a couple hours building all these characters. He went in and built a whole bunch of WWE guys, and now he has Team WWE. And
Team
yeah,
movie.
yeah. He
All right.
It's good stuff. I
I'll
highly
have
recommend it.
to
I love
check.
the fact that I'm on this show talking about iDarb when we're going to be talking about it on 3-player co-op like tomorrow. So
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, we're going to have double the iDarb stuff.
3-player co-op, eh?
Yeah,
And it's on tomorrow.
tomorrow.
You guys, yeah, all right.
Yeah. So I want to move on now because when I'm not playing Xbox or recording podcasts, I tend to watch some television.
Yeah, no.
No, seriously, I do. It's crazy.
I got too many shows on the go.
The show that you're still stunned over there, Chris. Just my favorite show of all time is Lost. I don't know if you guys watched
can't
Lost,
agree with
whether
you
on
on that one,
Netflix or
man.
when it was on
Sorry.
TV. No, I loved that show. That was phenomenal.
See, like my big thing is I couldn't watch it because the whole time people talking about it, I was like, so it's Gilligan's Island with time travel.
Sounds like an IHW show.
I may get into it at some point. I mean, it's one of those shows that everybody talked about on Facebook. So
Yeah.
I tried to get into it, and then I saw a big black cloud monster and just was like, I'm done. I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
It wasn't what you expected, probably, was the main
Well,
thing.
yeah, that's it. That's
It's like the first time you watched, when people watched the Truman Show and they didn't expect Jim Carrey to be in even a somewhat serious role.
oh, that was
Yeah.
a great movie.
that was a great movie.
Fucking awesome.
It was an awesome movie. I love that
so-
movie.
Now, I know you were leading up to something, but I like cutting you off because it's fun. Well, the problem I have, and it's with Lost, it's with The Walking Dead, and I know everybody loves The Walking Dead, and I know everybody loves, Breaking Bad's a good example too. Game of Thrones and all these shows. I actually have the reason I don't like them is it's odd because a lot of times it's like I don't like something and I can't really explain why, but I can
Right.
explain why I don't like these. And this actually I feel like it makes sense to me, which is good.
Because not a lot of things do.
No, and
Keep going. Keep going.
so now what my issue is you have these TV shows and your story arc lasts an entire season.
Yes,
Right.
generally.
Yeah, like the Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, Lost. The story arc's an entire season. There's no real episodic story arc. There's no story arc in every episode. At the end of the episode, the guy's like in mid-sentence, it just goes black because they ran out of time. And it really just kind of drives me crazy. If I wanted to watch a 12-hour movie, I'd watch Lord of the Rings. So, right, you know what I mean? Like, I really like... I do like the extended storyline that lasts the entire season. But, for me personally, and this is totally a personal opinion, for me personally, I like something that has,
He wants a story.
A good example, the show that we're about to talk about, The Blacklist.
Right.
I just ruined it. Spoiler. They have an extended storyline that covers various things, and I don't want to say too much because poor Mike just started watching it.
Right.
Because he's an idiot. And
I'm glad he doesn't know I don't watch
How do you get these people to come over to your house? I don't understand.
beer.
What did I tell you last week?
Yeah, you did tell me last week. Oxycontin and Jack Daniels. You did tell me that.
Good for you. I'm just getting paid.
Yeah.
Who's paying you?
Don't act like you don't know.
Megan? Paying you to get out of the house?
Well, technically she is my boss. Sleeping my way to the top. But yeah.
Slowly but not surely.
So the way he's explaining it, the way I'm looking at it is, he has a short attention span, so he needs to have a story finish at the end of the 42 minutes.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Shut up.
How is he supposed to fall asleep?
Right? So, yeah, I want to show, I'll use The Blacklist as an example. They have an extended story that's the story arc for the whole season. But every episode
Is a story.
has a villain, has a complete story.
Right.
Every episode has its beginning and end and a middle, like they teach all kids in grade 2. Right? And that's what I look for. Like, I get you look at Lost, and honestly, you would have an episode with no real point to the whole episode.
Right.
Right.
But you knew that it was building to something more. Back when you were in high school, back when you were a junior rock star, if you had a girl that you were interested in, and you knew you couldn't just ask her out because that may not work. But if you write her a note in math class and she writes you back in science class and you write her back in English class and it's building to something, you didn't get to date the girl that day, but by the end of the week you may be somewhere closer to it.
Yeah, that's not
talking on the phone pretty much.
These are not the same thing at all.
It's totally the same thing.
Let me tell you something. The rock star not enjoying a TV show and the rock star looking to get some tang are two completely different things.
Nothing like building suspense into the friend zone.
Okay.
I learned from my mistakes when I was young, and I just started calling NASA when I wanted some. Tang.
That's a terrible joke, but I love it.
You're a terrible joke!
All right, well, I still love you for it.
Oh, God. Anyway, what I was going to talk about was, I was going to talk about The Blacklist and how it's my new favorite show on television.
It is fantastic.
I love the show. We're in season 2. We just came out of the season 2 mid-season finale /
so there is it's at the mid-season right now?
Yeah, what's
they
that?
just came back from the mid-season.
The Super Bowl.
What's with TV?
That's the reason I started watching it. Was all the commercials on the Super Bowl.
The last 10 years.
Every time.
Shut up. The last 10 years.
Yes.
I don't know if maybe I'm just noticing it in the last 10 years, but the last 10 years, it seemed all of these shows have these, and they make a big deal out of it, this mid-season finale thing. It's so strange to me.
It makes perfect sense to me because Lost used to suck, and like I said, I love the show, but you get one new episode, then you get 3 repeats, and then you get a new episode, then 4 repeats, and you never knew what was going on, especially for a show that you had to watch from episode to episode.
It's so like, what's the finish?
Yeah, kinda. So what they did was they said, okay, we're going to show you 6 episodes, then we're going to go away for 6 weeks, and then we're going to run the final 6 episodes of the show or whatever it would be. And so they created the mid-season finale, and it always ended off on a cliffhanger.
It does. It doesn't necessarily bother me, but I'll tell you, Daddy, it bothers Rockstar's wife.
Yeah.
I like it.
She gets into that season, and then all of a sudden there's no more Vampire Diaries for like 4 weeks. and she's ready to stab people.
Yeah, see, I agree to an extent, but for instance, with The Walking Dead, last night was their mid-season. No spoilers, I promise. But they had
the
their
zombies ate people.
Premiere, right? Their mid-season premiere or whatever it was. And
right.
I was thinking the same thing. I remember. Maybe I don't remember the repeats though. Maybe that's my
weren't
problem, right? Because if I'm thinking back, I don't remember the fact that I'd watch a new episode and have 2 or 3 repeats, and then a new episode, right? I just remember new episodes. So when they make a big deal out of the mid-season finale, I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, I'm fucking into this shit now.
Well, that's the thing is,
but
like,
see, the other big
all of a
thing
sudden
is,
he just starts dropping F-bombs.
Yeah, like this year, it was actually the first
Not on
time
the
they didn't do
radio.
the mid-season finale for American Horror Story. They just took a couple weeks off at Christmas time.
That's a show
Right.
you need to get more into.
Only watch the first 2 seasons and you'll be fine.
It's like Dexter. 4 ended there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it with John Lithgow?
Fucking right.
Yeah. Season 6 was good. I enjoyed season 6.
It was alright.
But with shows nowadays, for me, I have a hard time starting from the start because it seems like a lot of shows I get into will get canceled like that.
that's why anything my parents watch, I refuse to watch because it's going to get canceled.
Like Jag.
Jag?
I really did listen to the last episode of your podcast.
You did.
I did.
You did. I
I
appreciate
had so
that.
many questions that you guys had, and you had to Google, and I'm like, I know the answer!
My dad's a big into the mentalist.
The Mentalist.
My
The thing
mom
is,
loves
like,
his hair. It's what it is.
Okay, focus!
My parents
Fuck off 'cause you're
watch
stupid.
Coronation Street, which I'm pretty sure is bulletproof at this point. And they
It's been on
watch,
for about
I call it the
50
Horse and Pony Show. I don't know what it's on CBC's on Sunday night. Heartland, I think it's
Heartland,
called. Yeah, they watch that. So
Yeah,
I
why is it
refuse
like
to watch either
Coronation
one of those
Street?
2 shows just based on content alone, but
like
also because of the fact that, you know, anything my parents watch usually gets canceled. You okay over there?
Yeah, just ignore that.
Okay, we'll take it out in
No,
post.
the reason they like Coronation Street so much is because there's no goddamn mid-season finale.
That's right.
Well,
the show's been on for
Because it never ends at all.
65
There's no
years.
finale.
right?
Days of
So-
Our Lives for British people, so there is never a finale or a season finale.
Ever.
There's no cliffhanger. The next day, they're gonna drink fucking tea and it'll be over.
Tea,
That is
crumpets,
true.
and a big ale.
The only reason a character ever dies on Coronation Street is because the actor died.
Actually died, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Or they're a rapist.
Like Blacklist, the main reason I just started watching it was I was seeing all those commercials during the Super Bowl. Plus, the character that James Spader plays totally reminds me of Robert California's, like, in The Office. His character that he played in The Office, and it was just the inflection of his voice and the way he just portrays it, and it seems like he's having so much fun playing that character.
So awesome.
Red Reddington is just Raymond Reddington. Sorry, is just an amazing character. I love that character. So
And it's actually watching that show. I'm kind of like thinking I kind of want to watch Boston Legal now. I never watched the show when it was
Yeah.
on.
Boss Illegal was so
good
good.
call.
And it's all James Spader, and I'm really excited for him to be Ultron in the new
Yes.
Avengers movie. That's going to be really good, too.
it's going to be good.
Yeah, so what else did you have to say about the
Well,
Blacklist?
I love that show, and it's replaced Lost now that Lost has gone off the air.
Took a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how long it took me to find another show. But recently, I've been getting into crime shows, and I watch things like Disappeared, which is depressing as hell. And I watched an entire series called Mayday Airline Disasters. Now, you want to talk about depressing?
God.
12 seasons of that shit.
12 seasons?
12 seasons of that
That was
shit.
just something I would watch on my breaks working at Mexi's on this
Yeah.
TV. It's on the Discovery Channel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catch an
So,
episode here and there.
Discover how sad you are.
well, I got into a new one now, and I'm watching it on Netflix. It's on U.S. Netflix. I don't know if it's on Canadian Netflix or not. It's called The First 48 or The First 48 Hours, and it's all about actual homicides. And they record everything, and they bring in their suspects, and they break down how they try to figure out what happened in the crime and everything. And what I love about it is, one, it's not scripted, so you get what you get. It's kind of like doing a podcast. Second of all, it's
no
not
script here.
exactly.
If there was a script, I wouldn't be cutting you off right now.
The other thing is the fact that unlike CSI and all these crime shows, they don't wrap it up really cute in 45 minutes. Like sometimes it takes them months to tell the whole story. So I think it's phenomenal. I'm watching like I said, I'm watching it on Netflix, and I highly recommend it. And don't worry, all the blood and gore is pretty much blurred out. So it's not like you're going to be sitting there and get really, really grossed out with it. But they're brutally honest on stuff. So
I have a really strong stomach. You could puke like right on my plate, and I would continue to eat.
It's actually happened.
Well, beside my plate.
Yes. Okay. Thanks for clarifying that one, Chris. So
it's an A&E show, right?
Yes, it is. It's an A&E show.
I was watching. It was something they had 2 seasons of.
Rockford Files.
No, I have that downloaded. No, I don't.
Sex sent me to the ER.
No. Gosh, what a
He's on that show.
Yeah, I'm on that show right now.
Oddly, he was by himself.
It was a bad Tuesday.
Someone was using.
Sounds like a normal Tuesday for you.
I was watching something called Real Gangsters.
Yes.
That was actually really good as far as like just stories. It kind of reminded me of what I used to watch when I was in high school, is American Justice.
Right.
Those old Bill Curtis shows.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love those. I miss those shows.
I really have a thing for, when I say reality shows, I don't mean like, My Big Fat Fabulous Life and all those sort of things, but reality-based stuff.
Gross.
Like, huge fan of that.
I have actually caught a few episodes of the first 48, and you're right, it is fantastic. I haven't watched it, religiously or anything like that, but it was good. I see it, I enjoy it. Oh, look at you.
Well, what I enjoy about it is the season we're watching is back in like 2010, and a lot of the shows they're not finished. They basically wrap it up by saying, Chris pled guilty. He's awaiting trial. Da 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 da. The fun thing is get on the old Google machine and look up and see what actually happened in that trial. Like, what happened, how many years did they get, et cetera, et cetera. So,
okay, I'm back. Like, the show's good again.
yeah. Welcome back, Chris.
Stinkier.
Yeah. So, anyway, love that show, and that's my Netflix binge. That and Archer. I love watching Archer.
Goddamn, Archer.
I gotta get into that.
Archer is one of the best animated series of all time.
I can't do it, and I think I've actually explained to all 3 of you why I can't do Archer.
Yeah, you don't like the animation.
It's the animation. I can't.
Yeah, but it gets better after season.
I love that kind of animation.
The animation is so bad that I can't get into it.
It's exactly like Harvey Birdman, and you like that one.
Yeah,
but Harvey Birdman was classic, like Hanna-Barbera. When I was a kid, that's what I remember animation being like. Because it's actually those drawings just reused again. It's like the 60s Spider-Man.
Yeah, but did you watch South Park, Chris?
No.
What?
I couldn't get past the animation.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because if you watch South Park...
I think the one I'm going to get into is Mike Tyson Mysteries. It looks
that actually
yes,
really
that looks phenomenal. That really does. That looks great.
I believe season 1 is actually on Canadian Netflix.
Is it?
And it's pretty goddamn funny.
I'm going to have to check it out.
It's weird. Don't go in there expecting anything but really weird shit.
Well,
I have a mystery for you.
Yeah.
It's Cold Stove!
Also, be prepared to sing a song about bird sex for the rest of your life. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, there's a drunk pigeon or something, isn't there?
No, Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald is the drunk pigeon?
Yeah, see, he used to be a man, and a wizard turned him into a pigeon.
Whoa, slow down. So, like, is this like a show? Like, Mike Tyson is playing Mike Tyson.
It's a cartoon show on Cartoon Network. Mike Tyson Mysteries. He solves crimes with Norm Macdonald as a pigeon.
I feel like I'm gonna die.
There's Norm Macdonald as the pigeon. There is his Asian adopted daughter, who at times I'm not gonna run anything, so I'll leave that one alone.
How many face tattoos?
And there's a ghost, and the ghost is actually voiced by the dean from Community.
Nice, Jim Rash. Jim Rash.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I was saying to Shano before the show started, and it's a bit of a spoiler. In a couple of weeks, Community starts up again.
Yes.
And I know it's not on our run sheet right now. You're rolling up the rim.
I am rolling up the rim.
In the middle of the podcast, you are
Don't
rolling
forget
up
your second chance to win.
I'm trying to win here.
You're
Put it this way, Chris. If I win the money, I can up the production level. I'd invest into the show.
You can afford to blur out this area.
Yeah, I'll buy a copy of After Effects. Anyway, go ahead. You're gonna.
Yeah.
You're
Do
gonna.
we want to talk about it now? Do we want to just go off the cuff and start talking about it?
This whole show has been off the rails. In fact, that's the name of this episode is Off the Rails. So keep going. You're doing a fantastic job.
There we go. It's the first time. That's the first time during an episode we've named the episode.
There you go.
Rails, how about we crush this organic pop?
Mike wants to do rails apparently of crunchy sucker candy.
He's just sugar.
He's been twitching and scratching himself since I mentioned antiquing yourself with cocaine.
Yeah. Antiquing yourself.
So,
Anyway, Chris, go ahead, sir.
Community
Yes.
is coming back, and the only reason I'm bringing it up is what I'm like uber excited about it. I wanted to wait till we were closer to it coming back on. It's on Amazon Prime, right? Yahoo.
Yahoo. Most trusted name in news.
Oddly accurate. But I know Shano is a huge Community fan.
Love Community. Love Community.
It's one of the 2 shows that can make me laugh out loud when I'm by myself.
Yes.
The other one's a porn.
Nope. China. One Night in China.
Yes.
Attaboy. Attaboy. I'm so proud of you.
Now the other show that does that is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and it goes against every fiber of my body to watch that show now because it's only going on season 2, and it's on Fox.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's a brilliant show on Fox. Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Basically anything on Fox is sci-fi because they do a really good first season and then they realize, oh, sci-fi's expensive.
Yeah. One thing I do have to say about Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
awesome.
because it is. It's absolutely fantastic. And I'm not an Andy Samberg fan necessarily, but the show makes me like him. So I guess now I kind of am an Andy Samberg fan.
It's kind of like Jimmy Fallon, like Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, for sure. I fucking hated that dude.
Yep. Love that guy now.
Yeah, me
so
too.
awesome.
Me too.
Did you guys see their Saved by the Bell
No.
Yeah.
thing that he did?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I
Phenomenal.
love how the only one who even remotely looked like he aged was Buddy who played Zach. And even he still looks young. Like, he looks good. I mean, it's a shame that Screech couldn't be there.
Well, he's busy stabbing.
That he's all getting stabby in bars.
And Lark Voorhees
Also
is
becoming a
pretty
wrestler
crazy.
on Hogan's fucking Celebrity Wrestling. Don't forget
Oh
about
god, that was bad. Hogan's Celebrity Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Community. With the exception, and I mean it's still not bad, but the 4th season, where Dan Harmon was off as showrunner,
Yes.
was still a decent season, just not nearly as good as
It was still
the ones that he
Community,
ran.
but not as good.
Yeah.
like I mean the G.I. Joe episode.
Yeah.
My favorite, the part that made me laugh the most, I lost it. I was belly aching and almost in tears. Was Abed's impression of Nicolas Cage.
Oh, so good.
Just like Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I'm a cat.
I love the one where they were all imported into a video game.
Yes.
They're trying to
that
get
was great,
the
Well,
inheritance.
that's the thing is, they pretty much, it's a what do you call that? Self-reference show. Like, they pretty much
Yes.
reference themselves all the time. There's so many pop culture from the stuff that, most people like us would like.
Right.
What do you guys
Nerds
think about,
like you guys.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the whole Chevy Chase thing? He's no longer on the show, obviously.
They killed him.
They killed him off,
Yeah.
which I thought, honestly, here's my thing. My thing with Chevy Chase is...
He's a dick.
He's a dick through and through. You hear it all the time that he's difficult to work with, that he's a complete asshole, and this, that, and the other thing.
like
And then he
Shayna.
disappears forever.
I was gonna say I don't know what I don't know I can't relate to that,
the only
Shano.
difference
I
between
don't know.
Chevy Chase and Rockstar Chris Cole is Rockstar won't fucking disappear.
Nothing up my sleeve, presto.
Chevy Chase
Did you just steal my joke?
I did.
Next time I'm not making it come back.
Anyway, Chevy Chase disappears from the limelight for years and years and years.
Camera's over there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in mid-thought here. Anyway,
Oh, God, this could take forever.
No, but then he comes
you
back.
know what?
He gets
Ironically-
another shot with Community. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe you've learned something. And they bring him back to Community. And what does he do? He fucking shits the bed again by being a douchebag.
It's more or less he was just thinking, it's the first time he's been relevant since Fletch.
For sure.
Which was, in 1984?
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation and all that stuff. The heyday of the 80s.
Yeah, absolutely.
He thought he was too good for Saturday Night Live as well.
Yep.
Right,
And
but
he just,
I mean,
he pretty much shits on any role he gets now, and it's just like, hey, it's the first role that you're relevant in
It's
20
like
years.
Shia LaBeouf.
No, he doesn't
But
plagiarize himself.
to play
Shia
devil's
LaBeouf.
advocate, though, they made his character more and more racist as the series went on.
Yeah, but
Till it
wasn't
got
it
to a
funny?
point where he was just like, I've had enough of this shit. Like,
But
Do you
was
think
know.
that was what it
funny.
was though? Like he didn't. I don't necessarily even think that was it because he shit on the writing and just like the whole staff and Chevy Chase. Like we said, he thinks that he's untouchable. As soon as he becomes a little bit famous again, he's like, I'm the fucking best. And
Someone get me some Coke!
yeah, like it's over. It bothers me purely because, for no other reason, honestly, than you were nobody, you became famous, you fucked yourself, you're a nobody. They
Now
gave
you
you
can go
another
fuck
chance.
yourself.
And not only that, but I liked his character. I liked the fact that he was old and racist because he was supposed to be old and racist. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
funny as hell.
yeah.
You relate to him.
I am not racist. Old, for sure, but not racist.
Same.
Yeah, it's just, it kills me, man. It kills me. That's all. You had a golden opportunity. I would have rode that fucking golden pony to so much goddamn money.
Would be the first thing you rode for money.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like Donald Glover, though, but he left, but he has his rap career that he's...
Yeah.
probably more
He didn't
into.
leave because he hated the show, and he'd probably come back and do more.
Yeah.
His rap career's not doing overly well, so you'll probably see him again.
He did quite well with his first two singles.
Yeah,
But
but I
he's
think that was
also-
because it was Troy rapping.
I think he's also doing probably
Sure,
more movies
now
and
that-
stuff and stand-up. I think he wants to concentrate more on that.
Well, and I know there's rumors right now where Sony sucks at doing anything that has to do with Spider-Man. There's actually rumors right now that they might try out the Ultimate World, where Miles Morales is the current Spider-Man, and he's actually based on Donald Glover.
Isn't he doing the voice?
That's in the cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But I mean, like, live action. I hate to do this, and it's my own fault that I brought up something like this that is so awesome because it's community.
Yeah.
We do have to move on because, you know,
That's fair.
Yeah, because
the internet only has so much space, Langel.
well, we are currently 8 minutes past where the last show went off the air and still rolling here, and we haven't even touched anything on this
Mind
yet.
you,
So
we're also 8 minutes behind the two shows besides that one.
right. So let's move on here now. You talked to me and you said that you had a great idea to
I
try
always
to
have great
engage the yes, I know all your ideas are great, Chris. I know, and I'm not allowed to sing, and I can't steal your jokes. You had an idea and to kind of reach out to the audience here, and I actually thought this was a great idea, so I'm going to let you talk all about it.
Well, I was thinking we could reach out to the audience. We did it last week, and people really seemed to enjoy it. Mike was here. He helped out with this. My band Flea Market Underground played just another day on our last episode of the podcast. And what we were thinking, it was such a success. It was probably the second most talked about thing on the episode, the second most complimented thing. We'll get it, maybe touch on the most talked about thing that was that people just loved.
I don't think we want to touch it, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, you know. So
They're looking at each other. You might as well explain it.
No, I'll
I think he's
explain it in a
trying to be
minute.
David Letterman.
All right.
Pencil.
So
Here's some glass breaks.
Oh God. You all right, Mike?
Yeah.
don't get in the way of my pen.
What a dick.
Sorry. What we're looking for is we're thinking we could have. If you're a musician, if you're in a band, you have original material. Can you still really?
Yeah, you got him
Oh,
good.
you're in the. Oh my
Oh
god. I
man.
am so sorry.
Bleeding.
Blade job.
Look
I'll
at
be
you.
back.
Look at you.
I don't know where the band-aids are.
Man, how many kids do you have?
Rockstar Chris Cole, stabbing guests.
How many kids do you have and you don't know where the band-aids are? Just awful.
I haven't really
Just
hurt myself. I fell down the
just
stairs the other day.
awful.
So now that I'm awful,
That's just great. I'm glad I was on the show.
I like how Landel's just silent right now. He just,
I
like,
got nothing, man.
Well,
You're
you don't know what
stabbing
to
guests.
think.
They
He's
get up
worrying
and
about
walk off the
lawsuit is
show.
what he's doing.
He's just cleaning his face.
Yeah.
You
Anyway,
should have seen the time the rock star's wife headbutt him in the nose. And now I'm in trouble. So anyway, we played the show. It was a rousing success.
Yes.
And what we're doing, and Langell agrees with me because he has no choice. We would like to have, if you're a musician or a band from in the Moncton area, I don't know if Langell will be willing to take care of Charlottetown bands. I don't know how many microphones you have. I have a lot.
Yeah, you have way more than I do.
Yeah. So if you're a band, you're in Moncton or around Moncton, or you're from Moncton or whatever, shoot me an email, rockstar@chriscole.ca. Shoot me an email. We can get you on the show if you're one that uses instruments. Certainly, we're up for an acoustic act. We wouldn't have the space or microphones for drums, but you could definitely bring a cajon or something of that effect. Or possibly, if you're a hip-hop group that has samples or whatever, and you like to just come on and hip and hop and bip and bop, feel free to do so.
With your new Coke and your Jell-O pudding.
Yeah, please go. And your roofies.
It's a Bill Cosby. Actually, Bill Cosby hasn't been in the news much lately.
He's in court. So, Langell and I are inviting you to come on the show. We would love to help you promote your band.
Yeah, for sure.
Your act. Just, again, drop me an email, rockstar@chriscole.ca. I'm sure in the video version of this, we'll have that bleeping on the screen or something.
Yeah, we'll have some fancy motion graphics.
You're going to put it, like, right in my hand.
Yeah,
yep.
Right there.
And it'll disappear when I do this. And it'll... You're welcome. Mike, you okay up there?
Yeah, you got me right in the eyebrow.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh my God.
I can't believe someone was broken open the hard way on a goddamn podcast.
At least you got me
That's the way it's gonna be for the next 7 weeks, Langell.
Yep.
Rockstar Chris Cole, bust the people over got it!
At least you got me in the eyebrow, so it won't be so.
Welcome back,
tomorrow.
Mike.
Yeah, they.
You want a kiss?
No, get the phone.
It was
Mike Russell wearing the crimson mask.
So, Langell,
Yes, ma'am.
we've invited bands.
Yes.
We've invited acts. Now, I wanted to talk about something. We're coming up to the ECMAs this year.
Yes, we are.
And I know you're a big fan.
I am.
You're a big fan of the East Coast Music Association Awards.
Yes.
Mike and I recently did, with Flea Market Underground, we were on Jeff's Musical Car.
Yes.
Jeff's Musical Car actually won 2 ECMAs last year. He won, Jeff Boudreau is the man who runs Jeff's Musical Car. Just Google him, he'll come up, or search him out on the YouTube.
He's a great dude, too. Really nice guy.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
So anyway, I just wanted to say, he won 2 ECMAs last year. He got Media Outlet of the Year, and he got Media Person of the Year. And he's up for the same 2 awards this year. And honestly, I don't see I don't see the competition for him unless we join the ECMAs, and we're kind of late.
Do you mean as in the Flea Market Undergrad, or do you mean as in our podcast?
Podcast. Media Outlet. Try and focus, Langell.
I'm in the band. Flea Market Underground will probably not win an ECMA anytime soon.
Well,
We will, however, beat out Sinner's Grave for 1.
I blame Josh.
ouch. Okay, so I can see my job here is to just sweep things under the rug and keep on moving.
Call.
Doing a great
Yeah.
job, too.
So
Bang-up job.
what I would like to talk about at this point is remember yeah, I'd like to talk. It's kind of funny. Remember last week when I said that you constantly bring new things to the table and introduce the audience to new things, and I'm like, I should probably do that, and you made a crack about, well, Brian, you talk about video games. Remember all that?
I don't talk like that, first of all.
Oh, he talks more like this.
Shut up!
Oh, Dave.
Anyway, continue.
Anyway, I've got a friend of mine.
Whoa, slow down.
What?
You got a what?
Oh, I thought we were going to discuss that you sounded like the Wicked Witch of the West there when you fucking laughed.
All right.
Focus.
Since the friend of mine that I'm going to talk about is probably going to listen to this, I want to give this a clean intro. A friend of mine, Sandy Carruthers, is a well-known comic illustrator. In fact, he did the illustrations for the Men in Black, the comic book edition. I went to the premiere of the movie and everything else. Chris, I'm going to
Edit.
Go! I'm holding in my comments.
To be fair, the comic version was way better than the movie.
It was way better than the movie.
Yeah, and Sandy was the illustrator on that. So
I like him already.
Sandy is heavily involved with comics, and him and I we work together. So I talked to him quite a bit, and he's currently involved in something called Pixie, and Pixie is it's a whole idea where you pay for digital content for comics. And the idea is you sign up for $1 a month and you get access to a number of comics done with the Charlton Arrow. And I think this is fantastic. Sandy was actually my instructor when I went to college and took graphic design. So I've known Sandy forever. But yeah, so now they've got this new bit, the Charlton Arrow, and as well as Pixie. Now, Pixie has some famous names that are involved with it, including Paul Kupperberg. And I don't know if you're familiar with the name Paul Kupperberg, but he's the man who was known for, he wrote the issue of Archie where they actually shot and killed Archie. Wow. So he's involved with that. Roger McKenzie, who was the writer for Daredevil before Frank Miller took over, he's back and he's working on a comic called Spookman. And Spookman is actually illustrated by Sandy and written by Roger McKenzie. And Mort Todd. I don't know if you... Yeah, I know I'm older than you, so I don't know if you remember Cracked Magazine. Yeah, just by a little. Cracked Magazine. But Mort Todd was actually he was the former editor of Cracked Magazine. So there's a lot of huge names involved with this. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to build up interest in Pixie, and it's $1 a month, and you get access to comics that aren't available in print. These are digitally only, so it's a subscription based bit. And I'd like to have Sandy on in a future episode to come on and talk about this. And I just figured that I'd pitch it here because I said I would bring new material to the audience, and that's what I'm doing here.
You know, being the professional that you are and pitching it on the show. I'd definitely be up for that, and I mean, the rockstar Chris Cole reads all of his comic books digitally anyway with his tablet machine. Mm-hmm. And
hey, you talking about you being old?
Yeah,
tablet machine just came. Up
he reads it on his Newton, Daddy.
I had a Newton.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
I had a Newton.
Electronic newspaper.
When the rockstar first met you, you had hold on. I feel like you had a blue iMac.
I did have a blue iMac.
I thought so when I first met you.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. No, this doesn't really matter. Anyway. I'm quite excited about the prospects of having this gentleman on the show because the Men in Black comic was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Yep.
And it's something we could talk about comics, and we could talk about the comic book goddamn nerds.
Yeah,
they're movies.
But this is the problem, right? Because you came out and did that in episode 1, episode 2. We've only done 4. Pick one. You did it in one of them.
I think it was episode 2. But
episode 2.
Episode 1.
And then it's funny because I had just pitched to Sandy. I said, yeah, I'm going to start a podcast. There's this guy named Chris. It's going to be great. And then your first rant was about comic book nerds. And I'm like, well, there goes that idea. But I shared it with him anyway, and he thought it was entertaining. He thought it was good, so he must have liked it because he's willing to come on the show in a future episode. So I'm looking forward to that. But I will pitch the Charlton Arrow and Pixie both on Facebook, and you can also buy their comics in Kindle format for $1.99.
In Kindle
format.
Can I
chime in just for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I just want to say, you said it's $1 a month?
Yes.
And they're only available digitally, right?
Yes.
Then you're out of your goddamn mind if you do not do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's entertainment. It's fantastic. I promise you. The names that are involved alone that's incredible. So for $1 a month, cash the fuck in.
Yeah,
it's more than you pay to listen to Shano on the radio.
Yeah, it's free.
And he's useless.
Oh, wait. Right. Radio's free. Forgot about that.
But
Metro's perfect music mix.
No, we're not going to tag that. I'm cursing like crazy, so a little more rated R when I'm not on air.
There we go. Luckily, we have an explicit tag, which you guys have put in full effect this evening. But,
rated R means you can really go fuck yourself.
Yes, that too. That too.
I'm helping.
I was about to run through the names again, but I'm going to leave that out. But yeah, no. Sandy will be on in a future episode, and I'm looking forward to having him on. So, yeah, as Shano said, with the names alone, go sign up for $1 a month, and you will definitely enjoy it.
Something. As soon as we're done recording this, as soon as we're off the air because we're live. The rock star Chris Cole is going to go subscribe to this pixie majigger.
Yeah, no, I'm samesies right here.
There you go.
Samesies.
Your dollar would go to waste at the Dollar Shave Club, so you might as well go with this.
It's true. It would go to waste. The rock star can't grow a beard. The rock star hasn't shaved in like 6 days.
Wow.
I shaved this morning.
You both shaved your entire face this morning.
So let's segue out of this because at this point we have something that we have a ton of IHW news to talk about.
We're crazy at the finish.
Yeah, this is the finish, Chris.
That's amazing.
Is the finish.
This is the finish.
Yeah.
Chris?
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's the finish, Chris?
He just said we're talking about IHW.
You're
the worst. You're not good at this job.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, though.
Hey, that's why you're not good at it. Although, Angel. I'm gonna call you by your first name right now.
You are.
Brian.
Yes, sir.
We have, besides these two knobs, a whole bunch of other IHW personalities that are going to appear on the show. Next week, this is huge because a lot of this, I don't think Dave's ever been interviewed.
No.
You know what though? If that's true, which
he has the personality of mayonnaise.
But here's the thing, Dave. Number one, Dave is a giant. Number two. You're gonna have to adjust the camera.
Yeah,
you're gonna see this.
What you're gonna see.
I'm leaving it just like this. That's how it's going to be.
Well, then
it's
gonna
be boobs.
You're
it's gonna be your first nudity episode.
We'll be speaking to him face to chest the whole time.
So yeah, IHW is pretty good. That's what it's gonna look like.
But he's just sitting.
But no, Dave is a great guy and he contributes so much, like ridiculous amounts to the show and the product itself. It's gonna be good. I'm excited that he's gonna be on.
Him and the audio technician Chris Glidden. He provides a lot too. Unfortunately, he won't be on the show.
Very true. It's just, I want to take a moment and just say anyone that doesn't get the credit they deserve in IHW as far as the guys in the back go
is everyone in production.
Yeah, and just good job, because you deserve those props.
Nice.
My job. I show up 3 hours early before the show and I sit down. I just watch that Chris guy do everything, and then I push buttons, and he goes, "Stop that." I'm essentially allowed to be a kid for 3 hours.
I make up reasons
I wouldn't
to
say
be
you're
there
allowed.
as late as possible.
Do you run the smoke machine?
Don't even do that.
No? That's all Dave as well.
He'd fuck that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can barely ring a bell.
We have a hard time with that. We have a hard time with that.
So I just wanted to talk about this. Next week, we're going to have Kevin Tyler.
Yes.
Who is our head of matchmaking, the head writer for Innovative Hybrid Wrestling, and producer Dave Cawley, who is the producer of IHW. He handles all the video production, and he does an absolutely phenomenal job producing this show for TV. That pretty much handles the production staff, with the exception of the three of us. And I mean, to excuse me to come out of character here for a second, but Shano and I were doing this for a while before, and we got Mike on, and it really is a lot of fun and absolutely fantastic.
It really is.
We before I get into a whole lot, because this is actually why they're here, is to talk about this, and we are at 1 hour and 6 minutes. This is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we're here. We actually normally we do it live, and you'll be doing it live with us at the upcoming show.
Yep.
After doing it last night, we did 3 television episodes in post, actually here on my couch. And it is fucking awful. I hate doing it in post.
Yeah, it's not nearly.
And I figured it out why. And I didn't tell you guys
excited.
this.
You can't get it. For
It's
me,
not even
it's
it. What happens, and this is true, what happens in post is one of us will say something, and everybody just starts to laugh.
Yeah.
Because all we do, especially Shano and I, and Mike does it more in post than he does at
I might try to keep it a little more serious. I try to rein these two in.
Yeah.
Because when these two go off, it's basically like
we're not
when
really
you
paying
have to
attention.
Yeah.
We're talking to each other.
We go off the rails.
When we're doing it, and you do it live, you have the ring. You're looking at the ring.
You have the audience too.
You're watching the match. You're listening to the audience. You're listening to reactions, and it's so much easier to keep yourself kind of on topic because you're watching the match. It's keeping and you haven't seen it before. While when you're sitting there watching it on TV and you're doing it in post, it's a lot easier to kind of glance over. You know what's going on. You know what happened. You were there because you already did this once. And one of us will make a joke, and everybody in the room starts laughing.
Toothless woman named Irene.
The toothless woman named Irene.
Yeah, no, you got a point there for sure. Also, you said that you and I have been doing it for a while, and Mike Russell came in. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that you're a great addition to the team. It's nice to have a 3-man team. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And yeah, the Rockstar character can suck a dick, but but genuinely, you bring a lot to the table because Rockstar and Shano need somebody to reel them in.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a hard thing to do.
You're good at your job.
It's a hard thing to do.
I just wanted to give you those props.
For me, like when it comes to post, it's hard for me to get excited about a video screen.
Yeah.
It is,
yeah,
and like yes, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I can sit down and watch, like the next IHW show is going to be the night before WrestleMania, and I always say WrestleMania Day is the happiest day of the year.
Right.
For me, it's just the production and the value. I can get excited about that because I don't
say
know.
That. I have 3 kids.
I don't know what's going to happen and this and that. It's like if I watch the show and. Honestly, since we've gotten the Bell community, since we've gotten the TV show, there hasn't been a bad show watching wrestling.
No,
at
that's so
IHW.
true.
We have been firing on all cylinders, and the best part about it is, and I hate saying this because I don't want to be down on any other product that's also on Bell Community One, we haven't had to rely on major names. We've been relying on local stars. We are homegrown.
Right.
And it's something to be proud of.
Yeah, for sure.
Very true.
And I'm doing my best not to toot my own and our own horn, but I would say that we have the best commentary team. Not that there's too many, but in the Atlantic provinces, I don't think there's anyone that has the chemistry and has the excitement that we have. And on top of that, have the production quality, which you and I have talked about, Langell.
Yep.
We've talked about just the production of our podcast here. Just the simple fact that we use real equipment.
Yeah.
And our production quality in IHW is the same way. We use real equipment. We use equipment that's going to make us sound as good as we possibly can, which, is...
Sometimes it happens that we just set up the wrong way.
Yeah. Also, just on a quick side note,
Even Shano's good.
I'm working on it, man. I appreciate it there, Rockstar.
You have face for radio.
You got a face for suicide.
Gerber, baby.
No, but actually, sorry. Quick story.
Yeah.
It was edited out. It was edited out.
Oh my god.
It was.
Shano and I say a lot of things, and when Dave's on, I believe Dave's actually going to bring some outtakes with him.
I hope this is in it.
I really hope he does bring them. He says he is. He's going to bring outtakes of Shano and I, what we say that he cuts out of the shows.
Which is usually about 85%.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Which is why you sit on the couch to redub the show,
Yeah.
correct?
Usually when you watch an episode, sometimes it's a lot of dead air, and then let me tell you something, Daddy-O.
Yeah, and that's Rockstar and Shano's fault, which I'm going to refer to myself in third person again there for the second time, but it's their fault. But at one point in the last show, I told Rockstar that he looked like the Gerber baby.
Okay.
Only if the Gerber baby had committed suicide.
Okay.
Yeah, so it went.
It's one of those moments where you kind of just go.
Yeah. But one of those ones where you push the mic a little closer to your mouth and you go, You're going to want to edit that one, Dave.
Yeah.
But Dave's a good sport about it. Also, what I was originally going to say was if you missed IHW's last show here in month and the last TV tapings, what a show. Honest to God. And not even just like the megastars, but the fans were out of control in a good way.
You're so good at pandering.
Oh no, it was awesome, man. It was the best show we've had. Hands down, best show we've had.
So yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to joining this team. It's a one night only bit, but I'm really looking forward to sitting in with you guys.
They're excited to have you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. They're excited. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
So we were talking about some of the people we're going to have on the show, Brian.
Yep.
And you know I'm serious because I'm using your first name.
Exactly. Yes.
Now let me tell you something.
Yeah.
We're going to have some of the megastars on as well after we're done with Kevin Tyler and we're done with these two knobs and we're done with producer Dave. We have Titus is going to be on the show. Arguably the biggest star, the biggest talent in Atlantic Canada.
Essentially the franchise.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
We're going to have, formerly known as Gros Papa / GPS, we're going to have Remy Poutine.
Remy
Petit.
Remy Petit.
That's what I said. We're going to have Julian Young on the show at some point during this 7-week period. Like these are big names.
Huge names.
These are big names. Now we do have someone lined up for one of the episodes, but we're not going to say it yet because it's not entirely committed. So we're going to say we have one guy who's to be determined.
Okay.
Because if he listens, he might hurt me if I say his name.
He'll hurt everybody.
Yeah. But one of the big things that's going to happen just before the show...
Just before you say that, I do find it funny that you're saying to be determined to the audience, but in the email that you gave me, it also said to be determined, so I don't even know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
and I'm part of this show.
Read the text message, knob!
Oh, okay, sorry. Go.
Today's episode brought to you by
I
the
literally
word
just got a text as you said that, but it
You
wasn't
did
from
not.
you. I did. It was from my wife upstairs.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten one. Are you done yet?
Yeah.
Mike's writing things that I can't read. So...
Anyway, keep going, sir.
Remy Petit. Remy Petit Petiti. All right.
P-titty.
P-titty. Where did you even get a pen?
I get that out of my pocket.
Took it out of his eyebrow, Rockstar.
I threw the pen way over there somewhere. Now, one of the big things I want to talk about is one of the big matches that's been announced for the show already is Chris Cook, the big picture Chris Cook.
Yes.
Versus Mr. Suave Marcus Burke. Now, this match, I mean, this has been, a year and a half in the making. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
These two men are the reason the I title has been disbanded.
Yep.
And we have what's going to become a TV title we're doing. It's not even a tournament yet. They're figuring out by watching the matches. This is what Kevin Tyler is doing right now. Figuring out by watching the matches who deserves to be in that tournament.
Yeah, he's figuring out the seating in the bracket.
Not only that, I'm super excited about this too. I mean, it sucks that the I title guy is no longer.
I'm a former I title champion.
I was just going to mention that you're a former.
It is totally true.
It's a bold-faced lie.
It is totally true.
No, it's not.
I can show you video of me with the title going to the ring.
I can show you history books that state this is not true. But
wait! Just
before
before you say that, in our opening, it says one is a former professional wrestling champion.
Yeah, one's a fucking liar. That's not true. He's held titles.
Okay.
I have.
The high pitch is
okay.
True. No, what I'm really excited about is I want to see the design of the TV title. I'm a sucker for championship titles.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be awesome.
We're kind of hoping for a spinner.
No,
yeah.
Oh, Mike. I'm glad he busted you open earlier.
They should have a spinner, and then they get sick of the spinner and put like a toothpick in it to make it stop spinning.
No, they put a hockey card in there.
Now, what I was getting at with these two men, they have literally burned barns down.
And then came and wrestled.
And then came and wrestled after.
These two just... there's no. Whenever these two get in the ring, it's instant classic.
I do have
Yes.
something important to say.
All right. Well, that's a first. So go ahead.
So, Langell,
Yes, ma'am.
these two men, the week before the show, our final episode before Innovative Hybrid Wrestling Unstoppable TV taping on March 28th
Yes.
at the Moncton Lions Club, 55 Mark Avenue. Tickets are $12 for adults, $10 for kids in advance, or $15 at the door for everybody.
7 p.m. start time.
7 p.m. bell time.
Don't you dare miss it. Sorry, let me throw that in there.
I love the promotion work you guys do. It's awesome.
We are fantastic, especially
Yes.
me. So, these two men are on our final episode before that show. They're actually going to be on What's the Finish. They will be our, most likely our finish, but they'll be on when they're on.
Yes.
Now, what's interesting about this is Marcus Burke is actually local. He's here. I will have him right here at the Rockstar Studio.
Yes.
I feel like I just breached some sort of copyright there.
Yeah, probably.
So anyway,
Yeah.
now Chris Cook actually lives in Charlottetown.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be at the Langell Studio.
Yes.
And they will have a face-to-face. We're going to interview them together. But one will be at your house, one will be at my house.
Right.
I mean, studios.
And pretty much whenever you get these two face to face, it's just not going to be pretty. It's
Yeah.
just going to be again, a barn burner. Instant classic.
I think, Marcus Burke, he's pretty.
Well, he does look like a cauliflower at some points in life.
You stop throwing candy?
Jesus.
He needs to throw things because apparently that's how he, relieved himself after, busting me open.
How I relieve
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
No, but I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I'm really happy with the fact that we have 7 weeks of IHW talent
Fantastic.
coming on the show, and all building up to Marcus Burke and Chris Cook. So it's
there's so much more that's going to happen at this show. You're going to have Titus in action. We've said it before, the return of Brody Steele.
yes,
I mean, that's huge. Brody Steele had a major injury, and he's going to be coming back to Innovative Hybrid Wrestling.
He's going to be tearing people apart.
He's going to be, and that's before the show even starts.
Yeah, that's his workout routine before the show. Tearing people apart.
The Cauldron Project will be there.
Yes.
Cauldron Project actually are ECMA winners themselves. They do the theme song for Innovative Hybrid Wrestling, Unstoppable.
Music New Brunswick as well.
They've won some awards with Music New Brunswick. I believe they were like best rap group for the East Coast Music Awards, which narrows it down to like 3.
That's not true. And that was Music New Brunswick.
Music New Brunswick, they were the only one.
This guy, no facts.
I know
Thumbs
facts
me,
is
what are you
obsolete.
I was looking in the camera.
So
What's a Tim Conway?
about 120 pounds. Now, one thing that I wanted to bring up.
sure.
Now, this is a bit of a spoiler for those who only watch IHW on TV. Your Canadian Idol, in our last tapings, was in a mask versus mask match, and due to some severe cheating, he did lose his mask.
Severe cheating. I call it.
Awful, terrible douchebaggery.
Yeah, on the part of
the people that won the match. Your Canadian Idol will be in attendance without the mask on, so ladies,
get ready to gag.
wear dresses because
Hide.
you're gonna drip all over the place.
Hide.
Oh wow!
Wow.
That's gross.
Wow.
Just wow.
Let me tell you something, men, don't bring your women to the show because your Canadian Idol doesn't have a mask anymore.
Also visit
to
your local
save you.
Ford dealers and Chevy dealers.
Why are you saying these things?
I work for Ford. He works for Chevy.
You work for Chevy?
Not
No.
me, you fucking
Chris.
idiot.
Chris who?
The Canadian Idol, who is also a rock,
Chris Charters, man.
pop superstar.
Your Canadian Idol?
No, you're Canadian.
No, it's your Canadian Idol.
Oh, but I thought it was your Canadian.
I'm confused.
Who's on first?
What?
He's on second.
Damn it! I don't know.
Third base.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Chris.
Sorry,
Mike, Shano, how's it going?
Did you
Just
guys remember that?
bring-
Did you
bring
guys
it
know
back
that
in.
Brian was here?
Bring it back in. Bring it
I
back
totally
in.
forgot.
Well, I'm trying, but no, I'm looking forward to the show. And you said it's WrestleMania weekend, so
It is. It's essentially the day before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So
Not
wrestling
essentially, it
fan,
actually just is.
whatever.
so
It will be a giant weekend for wrestling fans,
Like 6 more of them over there.
especially Moncton
yeah.
wrestling fans. You know.
Well,
Get
I'm looking
IHW
forward to it.
Action
It's
for
going
a
to be
couple
fantastic.
hours on Saturday. You can head over to Esquire Tavern for the IHW after party.
They have beer.
I don't know if I'm jumping the gun here, but I heard the Esquire's doing something very cool to potentially win IHW tickets.
Yes, they are
Oh.
actually. They're showing. I believe they're showing old Royal Rumbles, and what they're doing is they're getting people, patrons, to draw a number, and whatever
Yes.
number you have, especially even if you know who's going to be winning the Royal Rumble, if you have the winning number of, like, say your number is, you draw number 27. If number 27 wins that Royal Rumble that you're watching,
Right.
you win.
The winningest number.
You win free tickets to the IHW show.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool. I thought that was pretty awesome.
I may drop my wife and son off there earlier in the afternoon so they can
You're
get
not
tickets to
gonna
come to
wanna
the show.
No.
Yeah, I know. Something about being 10, right? So
Yeah, drunk
Yeah.
at 10.
yeah.
10 in the morning or 10 years
Sounds
old?
like today.
No,
before I came
he's
here.
10, well, both
Preparation.
really.
A little of both.
But
Oh, Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf is a pleasure.
Shia the Beef. So,
So
yeah.
that should
Innovative
pretty much
hybrid
wrap up
wrestling,
the show, shouldn't it?
Unstoppable. It really does wrap up the show, and I feel like we're wrapping it up. It's like, we kind of went down.
No, it's going to be fantastic. The 4 of us are going to be on commentary for that show. I mean, how much better could that possibly be, right?
That will be fantastic.
It'll be like
be
this, except I'll have to come over and sit on your couch, and we'll all have to do retakes of commentary.
See, now he gets it. He gets it.
Now I get it.
He's absolutely mentally prepared for this. It's to quote one of my favorite people, it's gonna be a shit show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to What's the Finish. My name is the rock star Chris Cole. That is Flangel. I like to remember these 2 gentlemen here want you to vote Quimby. It's Shado and Mike Russell, our guests this week. We're going to see you next week, or hear you, or you're going to hear us. I don't think we hear you or see you.
I voted for Kratos.
Don't blame me.
See you next week, guys.
Check us next Thursday.
But Kratos has got to work.
This has been a TPC Network podcast, available at tpcnetwork.com.